Love is patient.
Kasih itu murah hati.
L'amore non invidia.
hasad qilmaydi.
അഹങ്കരിക്കുന്നില്ല.
It does not dishonor others.
ไม่เห็นแก่ตัว
Не раздражается.
बुराई का हिसाब नहीं रखता.
L'amour ne se réjouit pas de l'injustice.
харин үнэн зөв юмд баярлдаг.
அனைத்தையும் நம்பும்.
모든 것을 바라며
Always perseveres.
ഒന്നും അറിയത്തില്ല, ഒന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നന്നായിരുന്നു.
ലവോ? ഞങ്ങൾ തമ്മിൽ ഇല്ലാത്തൊരു സാധനമാണ്. ഉണ്ടോ? ഇല്ലേ? ഉണ്ടോ? ഇല്ലേ?
For all of humanity, philosophers and poets have tried to define what love is. But strangely enough, no one knows exactly how to describe it. If no one has one specific definition for love, how do we know what the right way to love is?
Mic check. 1, 2, 3.
Huh? I'm a bit scared, yes. Because I know it's you, so I'm scared. Like, what kind of questions are you gonna ask me?
I'm ready. How many questions are there?
It depends.
Okay.
So my first question is, how would you describe love?
사랑을? 한 단어?
Because emotion is too boring. Love is.
I can't describe it in one word.
അയ്യോ, ഇതാണ് കാഷ്വലായിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി.
മലയാളത്തിൽ പറയാവോ?
മലയാളത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി. പറഞ്ഞു. ടോമിച്ചാൻ്റെ കയ്യിൽ ഇല്ലാത്ത സാധനമാണ്. വന്നല്ലോ, മഹാറാണി എത്തി. മഹാറാണി ഇങ്ങോട്ടൊന്ന് നോക്കിക്കേ ഷീബ.
There's a story I've been told when I was young. Back when Dolly the sheep was being cloned, Deep Blue was winning his first chess match, and Macarena was taking over the world. Two strangers in the southern tip of India were introduced to each other through a matrimonial ad.
അന്നത്തെ കാലത്ത് ഈ അപ്പനും അമ്മയും പറയുന്ന അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കാണിച്ചു തരുന്ന ശരിയായ പാർട്ട്ണറെയാണ് കല്യാണം കഴിക്കുന്നത്.
വീട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് അറിയിച്ചു, ഇതേ ഇവിടെ ഒരു പെൺകുട്ടിയെ കാണാൻ പോകേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. ആരാ എന്നൊന്നും ഞാൻ ഫോട്ടോ പോലും കണ്ടിരുന്നു എന്ന് എനിക്ക് സംശയമാണ്. അതിനു മുമ്പ്
ആദ്യം ഞങ്ങൾ തമ്മിൽ കാണുന്നത് എൻ്റെ വീട്ടിൽ വെച്ചാണ്.
ഷീബ കണ്ടു, ആദ്യ കാഴ്ചയിൽ തന്നെ ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടു.
ഒരു കർട്ടൻ്റെ പുറകിൽ നിന്നാണ് മമ്മി എന്നോട് ചോദിച്ചു ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടോന്ന്. ഞാൻ തലയാട്ടി ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. പക്ഷേ ഇത് പുള്ളി അപ്പുറത്തിരുന്ന് കാണുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നെന്നുള്ളത് ഞാൻ അറിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ചമ്മി പഠിച്ചു.
ആ ഒരു തലയാട്ടിൽ ഞാൻ വീണും പോയി.
For what seems like an unromantic way to get married, they seem to be meant for each other.
ദുഃഖത്തിലും സമ്പത്തിലും ദാരിദ്ര്യത്തിലും ആരോഗ്യത്തിലും അനാരോഗ്യത്തിലും പരസ്പര സ്നേഹത്തോടും വിശ്വസ്തയോടും കൂടെ ഏക മനസ്സായി ജീവിച്ചു കൊള്ളാമെന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ വാഗ്ദാനം ചെയ്യുന്നു.
Their love story is very much unlike the movies I grew up watching.
Anyone can see I love you. Anyone can see I care. The way I hold your hand and smile in your direction.
All the gin joints in all the towns in all the world. She walks into mine.
Realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody. You want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy.
എന്നോട് പറ I love you.
Your parents are usually your first reference for love, and mine taught me that it doesn't have to look like the movies. I was born in the winter of 2003, amidst the Christmas spirit, surrounded by love. I never thought I felt the need for something more. But when your friends slowly start becoming girlfriends and your sisters start finding soulmates, you start to wonder whether you're missing out on something. To be honest, I think about love way more than I'd like to admit. My earliest memory of love is from Sunday school. I was 5 or 6 when I spoke too loud in class, and the teacher made us write God is love 20 times as punishment. I wrote till my hands hurt, and that was my first lesson in love. Love hurts. I come from a land of epic stories, of wars, of gods, and tragedies. And much like Greek mythology, Hindu mythology has its own share of love stories. Krishna, the closest thing to a modern day player, thought that love doesn't have to be scarce to be sincere. His close friend Panjali married 5 brothers way before podcasts and modern molecules started discussing ethical non-monogamy. We have Buddhism, which talks about love as detaching and loving everything equally, while Sufi Islam talks about love as a rehearsal for divine union. Love is probably the closest thing we'll ever get to understanding God. When there's so many different versions of the right way to love, your best bet is to pick one and hope to God it is right.
두 번째 카드 이름이 혹시 수녀님 아세요? 시스터? 네. 그런 카드예요. 네. 연애를 물어봤는데 이런 게 나오면은 뭐랄까 아직은 때가 아니다.
I wanted to be a nun when I was young, but the only person that could have shaken me from that decision was Taylor Lautner. I was in love.
난 솔직히 막 엄청 막 내 유명한 사람이 내 눈앞에 있어도 막 엄청 심장이 콩닥콩닥 끼고 그런 건 전혀 없었거든. 얼마 전에 이제 파과 시사회를 갔었는데 봉준호 감독님이 내 앞을 싹 지나가는데 그때 내가 처음 느껴보는 이제 심장의 떨림 쿡쿡쿡쿡쿡 막 이런 게 느껴지는 거야.
I think my first crush was like, this is very cringe, but like it's an anime called Sword Art Online, and she is called Shinon, and she's a sniper girl, very like stoic and cool.
It was more like from an anime. I think it was Ash from Pokemon or someone from Inazuma 11. which I don't know, I used to love that.
It was Justin Bieber. To find the most sincere and devotional expression of love, you don't have to go to a temple or a wedding. You go onto Twitter on an album release day, or watch a football fan wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning. We all just want to be part of something, belong somewhere. A place where you're not judged for who you are and what you love.
Yes, are these brothers or are they
No, well,
married?
it's a same-sex penguin couple. This is Sven and Magic. They're inseparable. They go everywhere together. In fact, they've even started to nest.
I love the story of Sven and Magic. They fell in love back in 2018, adopted 2 chicks, and started raising them together. It was also 2018 when they decriminalized homosexuality in India. I was 14, and I was watching the television with my grandmother when she reacted to this news in disgust. A few years later, I found myself in my dusty high school music room, having a crush on a girl.
Big deal. People celebrate their sexuality. I'm celebrating honestly. I'm all not fine. Chakre, you should be happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, really. And I love you, Charity, for telling me.
Are you dating now?
Kinda dating now.
Okay. Why do you say kinda?
Because it started with something else, but then it went good, but still we met just once. So we have to see how it's going to.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why are you single?
I would say I'm better off as a friend than as being in a relationship. I was told that, and then it just like stuck with me.
아니, 안 하고 있어. 왜 안 하고 있냐면 그냥 뭔가 내가 아직 연애를 하기엔 준비가 안 된 느낌.
진짜 그렇게 생각하죠.
근데 그렇다고 내가 막 연애를 안 하고 싶어서 안 하는 게 아니라, 그러니까 연애를 할 준비가 안 돼 있다는 건 내가 연애를 할 만큼의 좋은 사람이 되지 못한 것 같고 아직.
Am I dating? I am not dating. I'm not dating.
Why are you single?
I would like to know that as well.
My friend says that nobody wants to stay single on purpose, and people who actually want to stay single are lying about it. And the world looks like it's made for two. It is almost impossible to not feel like you're missing a piece. It was my grandfather that once told me that people are going to start selling air once they figure out how. Strangely enough, people have figured out a way to sell love. One of the main ways of monetizing love, which has worked without the stigma, is through dating apps.
Are you on the apps?
Dating apps? I am on dating apps.
Okay, if it comes to physical appearance, I will say taller than me.
I'm very attracted by vibes. Okay, so if I see a profile that gives me vibes through the screen, so like through the pictures,
With long and black hair, small eyes.
there's gotta be like a little bit of mystery. It'd be like, oh, this person looks like someone who would be very interesting to just meet.
A brief description, which is also like a bit funny, otherwise it's just boring.
Like, I don't know, you like pottery, you're doing pottery. I don't know why I thought of pottery, but like
Clear picture of themselves.
I don't know if they're really into like hip hop, can I see that through like your style?
And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, really simple.
Really? Okay. Who knew?
Why do you swipe right?
Because he has nice hair.
Okay. Sure.
He doesn't have nice hair, so it's a no. He has nice hair, so it's a yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is a no.
Why?
Because his hair are ugly and this outfit is ugly too.
Okay.
This one is better, but he's also a smoker.
It might all sound a little superficial at first, and the truth is, it is. We are just shapeshifters, polishing ourselves into someone we will swipe right on. It is exhausting. There's no right way or rules to follow. And when finding love seems to get exhausting, it manifests in strange ways. Apparently, 4 out of 10 women between the ages of 18 and 36 have gotten an unsolicited dick pic. While trying to understand why people even send them, Reddit's general conclusion was loneliness, insecurity, and a desperate need for validation. In this weird internet spree, I also discovered that there's a whole different corner of love gone wrong. Some murderers even get more love letters than I probably ever will. In the end, to be human is to yearn, to ache, to want, whether it is for love, for understanding, or just for someone to see us fully.
So what you have now is like girls, they think all guys are, I don't know, misogynist, or they think all guys have, I don't know, are like incels. And then you actually have incels who think all girls are like, they only play them, or like you have nice guys who cannot get girlfriends because they're too nice, and they're like, oh, girls only like bad boys. But then girls say, oh, it's a mess. It's a mess. I think everyone, like men and female, they're pointing each other and they're like, it's your fault, it's your fault.
I think the age of internet has sucked the romance out of our lives. We're more connected than ever, but somehow everyone is lonely. Everything is so instant that we barely get the chance to miss someone. My friend recently told me that she asked ChatGPT if it loves her. I did judge her, but after trying it out myself, I think I understand why there are more and more people trying to find love with AI.
Okay, so what do you think about humans having relationships with AI?
I think it's a really interesting and evolving phenomenon. On one hand, AI can offer companionship, support, and even help reduce feelings of loneliness, especially when human interaction might be limited. On the other hand, it's important to maintain that balance and ensure that human connections remain genuine and fulfilling.
Do you think humans are outsourcing love to machines?
It's definitely a thought-provoking question. I think in some cases, people might turn to AI for comfort, especially when they're seeking understanding or companionship. But I also believe that human love is unique and irreplaceable, and AI can complement rather than replace that human connection. It's more about finding a harmonious balance and ensuring that genuine human relationships remain at the core.
Crush, I guess, in kindergarten. My first crush. It was this girl, and I remember when I was in kindergarten, I used to be super extrovert, right? So I would go to her, and straight up ask her, "Will you marry me?" Like multiple times, and every single time she would say no.
고등학교 1학년 때 이제 내가 첫 연애를 이제 끝내고 얼마 되지 않아서 그 친구를 만나기 시작했어. 수학학원에서 처음 봤고 거기서 자연스럽게 친해져서 이제 좀 좋은 관계로 발전이 됐었는데.
So it was my childhood friend because my mom was like really close to a girl and she had a boy who was 2 years older than me, and we always hang out together all the time, like especially during summer because we went to the beach together, so we were always playing together. And I feel like I started to feel something for him around 10 years old.
It was in 4th grade, actually. I had 2 crushes at the same time. It was quite weird. One was really smart, and he was in like band and stuff like me. And then another one was just athletic. I wanted to confess my likings to him, but I didn't have the courage. I was too nervous. I was too scared. So I never got that chance.
And then I went to my mom and I was like, Mom, what am I doing wrong, right? And she says, oh, but before marrying, you have to be friends. So I go to this girl again and I say, do you want to be friends? She says, yes. And I'm like, okay, good. Now, do you want to marry me? She says no. So this was my crush for like all kindergarten, basically.
For like 2 years.
For like 2 years until I gave up.
And I kind of confessed my feeling to him, and I got rejected, but it was nice.
네, 그러니까 첫사랑이랑 헤어지고 걔를 붙잡을 때 당시엔 내가 너무 서툴러서 막 걔한테 뭐 다시 만나자, 내가 너 아직 너무 많이 좋아한다 이런 얘기를 안 하고 그냥 불러서 쓰잘데기 없는 얘기만 계속했어. 너무 찌질하게. 그래 막 뭐 무슨 얘기를 했는지도 기억이 안 나는데, 약간 내 마음속에는 약간 얘랑 다시 만나고 싶고 뭐 이렇지만은 그냥 그런 말은 하나도 안 하고 자존심 지키면서 그냥 뭐 약간 난 잘난 놈이니까 너가 놓치면 아까울 거다 이런 걸 은근 어필했던 것 같아. 막상 내가 자존심 지킨다고 막 그런 얘기만 하고 막 좋아한다, 그 다음에 뭐 다시 만나보고 싶다 이런 얘기를 못했던 것 같아서 그게 나한테는 제일 찌질했던 순간이었던 것 같아, 사랑을 하면서.
We have a unique passing of note. Australia's Sven the penguin has died. The male Gentoo penguin was one half of a so-called penguin power couple with his male partner, Magic.
I'm coming to the realization that so much of loving is just pain. That love almost never has happily ever afters. I don't get why people love at all. If heartbreak and loneliness are a huge part of the human condition, why haven't people found a cure for them? I think I started this guide as a way to understand what love is. How love manifests in different ways and how exactly you're supposed to love. I do not have a guide. In fact, I'm now left with more questions than I started with. Maybe it was stupid of me to try and understand something as vast as love.
Love is, I think, something that it's like a connection that you make with someone, and it starts inside of you. It's like a desire for connection with someone.
예전에 내가 생각했던 사랑은 되게 엄청 거창하고 막 불타듯이 막 서로를 좋아하고 이런 거였는데, 요즘에는 좀 생각이 바뀐 게, 요즘에 내가 생각하는 사랑은 뭔가 그냥 같이 있어도 행복한?
It's some kind of feeling when you really care a lot about someone and you're just willing to do a lot of things for them.
I would describe love as an intense feeling of like an intense romantic feeling.
항상 사랑이라는 감정도 그렇고 행복이라는 감정도 그런데 그 순간순간의 그 순간들에서는 내가 못 느끼는 것 같아. 근데 이제 시간이 지나고 나서 그 순간들을 다시 추억처럼 떠올렸을 때 그 순간들이 아 그때 나 행복했구나, 아 나 그때 나 그거 사랑했구나 이렇게 느낄 수 있는 것 같거든. 나는 그런 것 같아. 함께 있지 않을 때 그 사랑을 느낄 수 있는 것 같아. 그 사람과 함께 있을 때보다는.
എന്നെ അറിഞ്ഞ് എൻ്റെ പോരായ്മകളുമൊക്കെ അറിഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് എന്നെ ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്നതും എൻ്റെ കൂടെ നിൽക്കുന്നതുമാണ് എനിക്ക് ലവായിട്ട് തോന്നുന്നത്.
ഒരു വ്യക്തിയെ ആ വ്യക്തി ആയിരിക്കുന്ന രീതിയിൽ നമ്മൾ എങ്ങനെ സ്വീകരിക്കാൻ പറ്റുമോ അത് ചിലർക്ക് ചെറിയ രീതിയിലേ പറ്റുള്ളൂ, ചിലർക്ക് വലിയ രീതിയിൽ പറ്റും. അതാണ് സ്നേഹം എന്നാണ് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത്.
വലിയ രീതിയിൽ
എന്നാൽ പോട്ടെ, അത് കട്ട് ചെയ്തത്.
To me, love just seems to be a force of nature. Love is still abstract and complex, but somehow we all agree that in the absence of it, love isn't worth living at all. We like to believe that human love is higher than the animal kingdom, but once you strip away the poetry and the culture, it's not all that different. We've loved our way through evolution and wars and civilizations long before we had the language or technology to send an I love you across the world. I do not have a conclusion, and this is not a guide. Maybe love isn't supposed to come like one. Maybe love is just trial and error and a hope that someone sees you trying. Maybe love has always been about wanting to be seen by God, by a partner, or by anyone at all.